Japan is well known for its homogeneous population. In fact, only 1.5% of the society is foreign-born. Most of the Gaikokujin, literally foreigners or aliens living in Japan, are Chinese and Korean. Black people are especially rare. While the hostile feelings of the land of the rising sun towards their Chinese neighbors are well known and supported by statistics, the public opinion has still mixed feelings for the smaller minorities like people of color. This video essay will analyze, scanning through Japanese public television shows, interviews and documentaries, how people of color are seen and portrayed in Japan nowadays. This is Black in Japan. Hofstede in 2011 talked about dimensionalizing cultures, a modeling context that helps us understanding the cultural dimensions of Japan, including their high ranking on uncertainty and avoidance. The introduction of new, different people like blacks could create an automatic threat or disruption to the structure and flow of their society.
I knew I was a minority in the United States, but where I lived, I wasn't a minority so much based on my race as a Black American.
Back home in America and all the places that I lived, it's not as lonely as it is here in Japan, because at least I would see people who look like me on a daily basis, whereas here I don't run into other Black people maybe once every few months or so.
This provides us a base for understanding the historical chronology of the presence and integration of blacks in Japanese society. Concepts like racism and stereotyping are usually naively approached by Japanese citizens and are usually attributed to realities outside of their society.
人種白人と黒人ってこと？アメリカ好き。アメリカに住みたい。アメリカに住みたい。なんで？絶対楽しいじゃないですか。なんか日本のなんかこういうオープンじゃない感じよりもオープン。わかる。ね、そうそうそう。日本では変わらないんじゃないですか。ただもう外人さんってなると思うんで、そんな特別変わらないんじゃないかと思います。
Survived in the professional entertainment system until the early 20th century and a few decades more in the amateur field, the blackface character, protagonist of the minstrel shows, ceased to exist as the civil rights movements progressed. What about Japan? This is a clip from the New Year's Eve special of Gaki no Tsukai, a popular comedy show from Japan that broadcast in the prime time.
アメリカンエンジェルポリスやな。ありがとうございます。じゃあ次浜田。カモン。これとずっと一緒にいるんですか。そうやな。
This specific video, because of the high popularity of the show, become territory for debates on the social media like Twitter and Facebook. In this tweet, Toyo-chan says, "Why should it stop impersonating Eddie Murphy? Can't you accept impersonations, parodies and freedom of expression?" Melafela in response says, "What's striking about Japan to anyone who has studied or visited is how clearly and highly sophisticated it is on one hand, with such attention to the most subtle details, yet willfully ignorant and self-absolving of its own xenophobia and yes, racism. Hashtag blackface, yamete kudasai. Stop it please." Stereotyping and racism are not uncommon at all in Japanese TV, and in fact are actually often the core of comedy sketches, just like this one from Ta Children, Shiagatteiru Gaikoku Hito Audition.
Ladies and gentlemen,
アメリカ玉すだれ。
let's begin.
あさってはアメリカ玉すだれ。帽子かぶればタイガーウッズにサンボに行ったり。
Just do it.
さてはアメリカ玉すだれ。服を着替えりゃウサイン・ボルトにサンボに行ったり。
Jamaica is number one.
さて さてはアメリカ玉すだれ Come on ヒゲを生やせばエディ・マーフィーに早変わりどうもありがとうございましたどうですかこの仕上がり
The young man in this clip is Ike Nwala, Aiku Nuara for Japanese people, a Nigerian American who is trying to make his way through the Japanese society with the goal to normalize diversity and enhance acceptance in the Japanese audience through satire. Aiku became famous thanks to a one-line impression that skyrocketed him into the professional comedian world.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Tokyo Disney Sea. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Tokyo Disney Sea. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Tokyo Disney Sea. Welcome to Tokyo Disney Sea.
Mr. Nuara now participates in a series of programs, going from comedy, variety shows, and even morning shows for children. He believes in the power of normalizing diversity, working his way through kids, the future of the land of rising sun.
I think me being on the children's show every day is huge. Why's that? The children now who are going to be growing up to be adults, they already have the image of different people, like, you know.
Little kids seeing you on TV and it's, oh, this is just he's another guy.
Yeah, he's a normal guy. Whereas, you know, 15 years, before, I think it's just like, oh, black guy. But we've seen a lot of white people, but like, whoa, black guy, you know? He's like, what, Pokemon or something?
Does Nuara's approach contribute to a dehumanized and ridiculed representation of people of color, or does it pave the way to achieve an acceptance of the diverse?
アイクヌアラのスラングフェイさんですどうぞ
皆さん、僕を見えてますか？スラングウェザー
The self-racist joke is the opening of Slang Weather, a short weather forecast strip hosted by Haiku, who is purposely poorly speaking Japanese to sound ridicule.
半蔵門お天気カメラの映像です。現在の気温は、26.1 度となっています。
The program is always closed by the Let's Slang Time, where Aiku teaches Japanese a slang word or phrase.
Let's Slang Time! 第1回目は A Asshole 意味はこちらクソ野郎ですでは実際に使ってみましょう Slang time, come on! Your boyfriend Mike is such an asshole 意味はこちらあなたの彼氏のマイクは本当にクソ野郎ですね
Nuara is not the only example of black celebrities in Japan. Ariana Miyamoto, a so-called hafu, as she is born in Japan but from a mixed couple, has been elected Miss Universe Japan in 2015, firing up a big debate fueled by Japanese people's reactions.
I've lived in Japan all my life, but if I say I'm Japanese, people reply, "No, you can't be." They don't believe it. It sounds strange, but for us mixed kids, we need this word hafu. It gives us an identity. I am definitely getting more attention from outside Japan. When I walk down the street here, no Japanese people recognize me. But lots of foreign tourists stop and say, "Congratulations."
Both in real life and media, there are many challenges the black people face when attempting to integrate into the Japanese culture. The question remains whether the way black people are portrayed is helping their cultural integration or reconfirming historically rooted stereotypes.
あそこが出てんなあれ。 もそれ無理でしょそれは。
お世界バロンズ
上がってきた。
ニキベユコ